Hey everybody, welcome back. Week 2, episode 2 of a little News and Brews with Kittyanne Hudson and Ben Latocki from
Hey guys.
Production Realty here in Jackson. So let's crack this beer first of all. Tonight we're having a mule beer from Shorts Brewery, which is in Bel Air. I've never had this before.
Shorts. Yeah, I've had Moscow mules before.
And I've had Shorts beer before, but I've never had a Moscow mule beer.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I don't know. I'm curious. I'm wondering if it's going to be really sweet or if it's going to be, I don't know. We'll see. So, happy Wednesday. We're midway through. Yeah, right. They're actually super important to us right now. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
News and Brews.
Oh, it's very muley. It's limey. It's like a ginger lime beer, just like a mule would be.
Oh, I like it again.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Whatever. I tried to just drink it too hard, but he shot me down. So.
Ale brewed with lime and ginger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it does say best served in copper.
Oh, well, we don't have any copper glasses.
All right.
We're not fancy enough.
This is nice.
Anyway, so today is Wednesday, and we're all like at the end of our first day back into, I guess, like what did they call it? A 3-week pause is what came down from the governor this past week. So I know that changed things for a lot of people in a lot of different industries, but thankfully it hasn't changed too much for us in real estate. We've been working with, I say we, meaning Michigan Realtors, has been working really closely with the governor over the past, 8 months that we've been doing this COVID thing. Mm-hmm. And so we've already set our safety standards in place. We already have that white paper coming down from Michigan Realtors. So we know how to handle this now. We know how to show houses and present houses, sell houses.
Yeah,
in a safe way.
In a safe way. It protects the agents, protects the buyers and the sellers. It's simple stuff, but it's, asking the buyers to not bring
a bunch of people.
A whole bunch of people. Right. Decision makers is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and what the white paper, the letter of the law that actually just got produced today from Michigan Realtors just said that, it's no more than just the buyers that are going to be touring the house now. So, and if those buyers happen to come from different households, no more than 2 different households are able to be present at that showing. So let's say we've got 2 buyers. They're not currently living in the same house. They're getting ready to buy a house together. And then the agent. So the agent isn't included in that 2-person household rule, but we're serving our customer or the consumer. So it's 2 consumers from 2 different houses, which means that our sellers can absolutely not be present for those showings. If you're not in a vacant home and touring a vacant house, then there are some additional safety precautions that we need to take. Basically, as a buyer, just not touching things. So we're not turning on and off lights. We're not opening cabinet doors and cupboard doors and closets and that kind of stuff.
So
we're basically
about
leaving the house as we found it.
So what about, mom and dad want to come see the house?
Not now. They're going to have to do a video walkthrough or a virtual tour like that.
I mean, so that's kind of what I was saying, like the decision makers, but in theory, I guess mom and dad aren't the decision makers.
It's really whoever's going to be putting pen to paper.
Yeah, who's going to be buying the house.
Who's actually buying that house. If they want that second opinion, then that needs to happen during maybe that inspection time frame. I hate to say that, but so the inspections and appraisals are still running as they have been over the last 8 months or so. But yeah, like you want to make sure that grandpa really likes this house before you and whoever decide to move, or you decide to move forward with it. Yeah. Grandpa can come at the inspection, but they're not going to be able to be there for that initial showing. In a vacant house, they want you to do as little touching as possible. Wear gloves if you feel comfortable doing that. Have sanitizer ready at those vacant houses. And then let the listing agent, or the selling agent, be the one that's opening up closet doors for you, turning lights on and off. And then, of course, everybody's wearing a mask or some sort of face covering. So that's how it changes for the buyer side. On the seller side, things don't really change that much.
Tell them about that, the story you told me about the client that called you.
Oh, I had a seller client call this week, and we had plans to get the house listed on the market. This was over the weekend. They're like, word has it that, governor's going to shut the state back down. I don't want to just be on the market for no reason, especially if you're not able to show the house and other agents aren't able to get in there.
Yeah.
And so we kind of had to talk him off the ledge a little bit and just remind him that realtors do have a standard practice and form and best practice in place right now for us to continue to smoothly and safely sell houses.
And I do think realtors did get shut down for about 6 weeks there at the beginning of this, but it was kind of a blanket. They shut everybody down, and left essential workers open. And I think if they look back at those 6 weeks, I think if they ever do any sort of a hard shutdown like that again, I hope they keep realtors essential. I think they will, because they found that
it's a huge part of our commerce.
It's a huge part of our commerce, but it's also your housing. So it's an essential thing because you guys are looking for a house. There's sellers that got caught in limbo where they sold and then couldn't buy, or homeless. Renters need to be able to get into rental properties if their tenancy's up and stuff like that. So housing, I think, is going to be kept on that safe list of essential workers.
I mean, I hope
moving forward. Right? Yeah, we really hope so. Our clients really hope so.
Our economy really hopes so. We need this. We can't just shut this down. There's so many pre-approved buyers out there. There's so many sellers getting ready to sell. I mean, we have to keep this thing moving forward. So I mean, I'm glad we're able to keep it.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go back to being shut down for 6 weeks. So
I don't either.
So that was that whole what do I do if my house is on the market? I really don't think that's going to be
Yeah, I mean, you just keep it as ready to sell, show ready all the time. I mean, people are in and out. So even today, today's that first day of us being back. Like restaurants are no more dine-in. Carry out only is the major thing that we're seeing right now, and gym classes being closed down. But so today's that first full day of it happening. I still had showings on that house that we got listed over the weekend. Still had people in today showing those houses. Still met with buyer clients today. Still had closings within the office. One thing that is changing, if you do have your house actively on the market right now, you're getting ready to go into a closing over these next couple of weeks. 2 of our title companies here in Jackson, we've got American Title and Mid-State Title. One of those title companies is only doing curbside closings now. Which means that you're going to close and do all of the signing of your paperwork inside your car. So you'll pretty much contactless.
Like a drive-through closing. You pull up, they check your identification.
Yes, give your ID.
They show they explain all the documents right through your car window. Actually, it's pretty quick. And
it's a really slick process. There's not a lot of time to congregate, at the closing table like that and celebrate like we do at the
that's what we miss. But for the
clients, it's actually a super seamless process. So
and then also, can you do open houses?
No, open houses changed. Open houses changed. So we weren't seeing a ton of open houses happening just because of the climate right now. Not being the weather, but being the COVID climate here. We weren't seeing a lot of them happening, but they were happening. But we can't do that right now. So we really, really, really want to keep it just to private showings on residential properties. Commercial properties, that hasn't really changed any either since May when we got to go back to work. Just 2 households are able to be in and present for that showing. And that's the thing with open houses, is at any point in time it's hard to police how many people come through that open house. So you want no more than 2 households in there at a time, and you definitely can't have any more than 10 people in there. If you've got a banging house on the market, you might have 10, 20, 30 people through that open house. And so Michigan Realtors just really wants to stop that before it even becomes a problem. So we know that you're tired about talking about COVID. We are so over COVID.
I was telling us I don't want to talk about COVID again. But so here's the thing.
It's a thing,
It
right?
is a thing. It is. So guys, we had a few of you send in some questions that you wanted us topics to discuss. And we probably will save those for next week, but keep sending those in. Send in all your Q&As. Just send them to us. We'll kind of just look at that stuff. It's kind of a fun thing. So keep that stuff coming. PM us and or put it right in the comments here.
Oh, I thought you said PMS.
PM us.
PM us. Direct message.
DM us. Private message. PM. DM.
DM.
I don't know.
Interesting.
If you If you like this and you want us to keep doing this, give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate that. I'll try not to say anything offensive next week. These Moscow mules, they're intense.
Yeah, 4.5%, right?
It's
kind of
like,
spicy in my
well,
throat.
it's like a ginger beer.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of is like a ginger beer
I
with
feel like
lime.
it needs like the vodka part of the mule is missing.
Right? Yeah. I mean, so have you ever had an alcoholic like a root beer?
Like a not your father's root beer?
Yeah.
No.
It's so that this is like a ginger beer that's alcoholic. Are regular ginger beers alcoholic?
No.
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
So this is like,
They're the mixer.
yeah. So it just tastes like ginger beer to me with I guess with lime.
Nothing's gonna beat that mule I had at nights. I had a cranberry orange Moscow mule.
You've talked
At
about
night
it for like 2
steakhouse.
weeks now.
I had one on Monday, but I also had one last Friday. And oh my goodness! I mean, if you're looking for a cocktail, totally
And I
selfless
think-
plug for Night Steakhouse.
I think they're doing takeouts too.
They're doing takeout. They're doing to-go beer and to-go booze.
To-go
It was like in that. Remember that I got it to go and because I couldn't drink it all. I know, surprising. But it came in like this little dome, like a parfait cup, but it was stickered shut. It was so silly.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, guys, send us your questions. Let us know if there's anything on your mind as far as real estate goes. We can field them. We've got a bit of experience, so we can handle basically any question that you might want to ask, and it can be anonymous. But it's not like we're gonna blast your name out if you think it's a silly question. So just let us know.
I get questions all day long. None of them are silly because I feel like every single situation is a little bit unique. So
and always learning new stuff and new ways to handle things. So let us know what you got. We look forward to seeing you guys again next Wednesday. Didn't want to give you another 20-minute video to watch this.
All right, thanks guys.
We'll see you soon.
News and Brews, episode 2. We'll see you later.
Good night.